Hello, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful special edition of the Monday Mack. Today, we have our great friend James,
Potential
the
cousin.
potential cousin. We might think we gotta wait for the ancestry results from Scoopski. Real quick
Hello.
before we get into anything, we
One
always
half of
start
Scoopski.
we always start the episode by explaining why we think we can share our opinion about music. John and I just put out a song called Drinkin In Work. We want everyone to listen to it. James,
Yep.
Scoopski.
Jim, Scoop.
Yeah,
What's the best
Scoopski.
nickname? Should the Scoop Man? Scoop?
Whatever you want. I'm
Let's
actually
keep
cool with it. I've gotten like every variation of Scoopski. I'm cool with like all of it. So whatever works for you. Yeah, we just put out a song called Seasonal. Little darker for us, but check it out. We put out a bunch of other singles this year. Hoping to get to playing live shows this fall, and yeah, hoping to keep hitting it hard with the music.
So real quick, because we will say what we're talking about in a minute, but you and the other half of Scoopski have now ventured into a new part of Scoopski. Just elaborate for a minute.
Yeah, so we kind of decided, we wanted to get back out there playing live shows. So before we were just kind of playing to a backing track, like how you guys do. We'd only played a few shows like last year to kind of dip their toes in, but kind of just decided to see if it would work with a full band because a couple people came to me interested last year, like saying, I'd like to play for you guys, and two of those people are actually in the current lineup for the live band. So we got a lot of or a handful of great musicians from the area: Mark Schuster, Jackson Vincent, and Greg Gallagher. So they're going to be playing the tunes with us, and I think we already have some shows lined up. Stay tuned for the announcement on those. So it's exciting stuff. We're really excited to get out there.
I love it.
Everyone go support.
And I think we actually kind of knew some of them through social media already.
Yeah.
Like Jackson Vincent and Schuster, I believe we already kind of follow, and they follow us, and what a talented group. It's almost like a super group. And
It does feel like that.
But
Scooper group.
A scooper group, I love it. But I'm so happy that it's Scoopski still. That was important to me. I don't know how important that was to you, but I felt like that was a win for me as well.
Yeah. So everybody kind of came into it from the angle of I introduced it as it would be the Scoopski songs, and that's what everybody was interested in going forward with. So that's what we're going to be working with. So I can't wait.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
Speaking of Gallagher, you have a new bandmate named Gallagher, and we're here to talk about the real reason we're all together, besides the fact that we love Scoopski and he loves the Mack brothers. We are going to do a classic album review on What's the Story, Morning Glory by Oasis. I don't think it's a surprise that me and Matthew are huge fans. But you recently put them in your top 10, and that made me go,
the light bulb went off.
We got to do an album. with
yeah.
Scoop. So we're gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
So real quick, I don't know if you're too familiar. I know I texted you a little bit, but at least what I like to do, Matthew kind of has we all kind of do it a little different, but the way I like to do it is, I listen to each song and I give the song a rating from 1 to 10, could be decimals, and then I average out. I add all the scores together, and then I divide it by the number of songs on the album, and that gives me the average score of the album, the overall score of the album.
Okay.
Please do it however you want. Matthew does it a little different to me as well.
Yeah, I do the album rating separate from the songs because I think the album is a different entity. I think of it as a different entity than the separate entity of the songs. And
I gotcha.
Your album scores sometimes may not be reflective of the songs averaged out statistically, how you might put it. But that's neither here nor there.
Right. I think I think I probably fall where you do a little bit with the album's a separate entity.
Yeah.
Generally. But yeah.
All right. So
I gave ratings, so we'll see.
So the first song on What's the Story, Morning Glory, real quick, this is a 1995 release. Released on the heels of one of the greatest debut albums of all time, definitely maybe. You set the scene for a Britpop explosion. You have a lot of bands that have similar attributes to Oasis, but not quite the formula that they had, the rawness, the potency. And then you have a nice little counterculture growing with the kind of depressive nature of grunge happening. And then you have this bright, jangy Britpop sound from Oasis. They come out with this album, What's the Story, Morning Glory, #1 everywhere. Blew the roof off of stadiums and arenas. First opening track is called Hello. I think Scoopski, I think you should start us off. What do you think about the first song, Hello?
Well, I thought the first song was Wonderwall because that's the first chords I heard on this song, but nah.
That's a cute little note, though.
Yeah, right. That was actually in my notes, but yeah, I love this song. Actually, embarrassingly, when I first like got this album, I usually skipped over this song for whatever reason, but like after a while, I don't know, a couple months, it grew on me. I absolutely love this song. I have down that like, um, it's for Oasis, it's fairly snappy. Like when I think of Oasis, I usually think of like 4+ minute songs, sometimes 5+. This one's like what, 3.5, if that. Love the chords. I love the chord when Liam sings "We Live in the Shadows." It really like sets the mood. The way the chords change during the "Never Gonna Be the Same" part, and the effect on Noel's vocals when he sings the "Good to Be Back" is just. I look forward to that every time I listen to the song. It's just like gets me so hyped up. And I think if they do have that reunion, they have to open with this song so he can sing that "Good to Be Back" part. Like,
that's a good call.
what else? You know what I mean? They have to open with it. So that's what I got for this song.
I just got chills. I really
I just got chills when you said that.
They have to. They have to open with it. Like they got it. I gave this song a 9 out of 10 overall. So love it.
Here we go.
John, what do you think?
All right, so real quick, shout out to Drank Taylor because this is one of his favorite Oasis songs. He actually quoted it at his mother's funeral. He quoted the "Nobody ever seems to remember life's a game we play" lyric. But let me get to my notes. One of the best openers ever, ? The lyrics are some of Noel's best, and Liam's voice is in its prime. I gave it a 9.6 out of 10. Scoopski, your review was so good, though.
Oh, thanks.
It would take I wouldn't be able to like sum it up. I would have to go, if you listen to the first verse and when Liam, like I would just have to do it. So my notes are a little snappier, but
gotcha.
I hope you review our songs one day.
I could do it. I could review your songs for sure. I'll have to do that.
So oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say I used to write like album reviews on Amazon when I was a teenager. Like it was like something I loved doing. So this is like right up my alley. So
okay. Oh my god. You're like the guy in the pool hall that's like, I don't know how to play pool. And then all of a sudden you show up on the Monday Mack and like he's like like experience.
Yeah.
I thought this is such a badass opener when it starts with like that ridiculous wah octave pedal going at the same time. It sounds like an alarm. And then I do like the fact that it starts with the Wonderwall little snippet and then kicks into this song because I feel like it's almost a fuck you to Wonderwall. It's almost like they're like, no, this is what Oasis is really about. Sorry. I always just loved this song. I didn't know what it meant for a long time. I still don't really think I know what it means entirely as a whole song, but I think the best part about Oasis is you just put the song on and you're just in this machine of noise. You're just like encapsulated in like this like ridiculous like it's almost like it's almost like I felt like I was in the 90s doing coke with them when I listened to this song. So I also gave this song a 9 out of 10. I love this song. And how I think Noel might have like 10 songs with the same chords of this song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
he
I'll
see.
get
probably does.
9.6. I don't remember if I said it.
I think we're gonna roll
Yeah.
along. Next song, song number
Nice.
2 on What's the Story Morning Glory. Roll with it. John, how about you start off your little what are your thoughts on this first? Oh,
All
shout
right,
out to you John, I'm gonna let you try these. Trader Joe's green tea mints.
Ooh.
Roll with it. Released as the second single off the album, which is surprising because it might be my second least favorite on the album. Still a great song, extremely beatily influenced on the background box. It's thick, 8.1 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm gonna go quick. Roll with it. I like the song better than Hello. I gave this song a 9.5 out of 10. Whenever I feel down, I listen to the song. When they go, it's all too much. You don't ever stand aside, don't ever be denied. This song just connects with me so much. Just lyrically, like I think more than Hello. I don't know if the music's better, but this song throughout my life has connected with me more, and I've listened to it more. So I got to give it a 9.5.
Gang, gang.
So funny, we actually gave the first two songs the same rating, Matthew. So I gave this one a 9.5 also.
Hey!
Yeah, I actually have my notes. I love when Noel comes in on the second chorus with his harmony, the high falsetto harmony. Love the way Liam delivers the stand aside. The lyrics are great, they're motivating. I think like honestly as a song it's just as good as Hello, but I think I'm more apt to leave this one on sometimes when it comes up on shuffle, just because it's like it's I guess it's a little more feel good, and like you said, Hello is a little more badass, so it's like they got different vibes to them. But yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for me.
John, what's next?
Matt, next up is Wonderwall. Matthew, besides maybe Dreams, it might be the most popular song we've ever talked about. We ever gave a rating to.
Well, right now,
Dreams a 10 out of 10, by the way.
So I have this song up on Spotify right now. I'm not listening to it, but I have the stats up. This song has 1.6 billion. It's almost 1.7 billion streams.
Jeez.
At this point. So this is a monster of a song. This is a generational song that like is a genre-changing masterpiece that will probably never be repeated. And how many bands have tried to copy this song? Everything from the beautiful the way I forget the drummer's name that they had at this point, but the
Paul
way
Whalen, right?
yeah, whatever his name was, the way he played on this song, to me, the drums are what makes this song this song. Nothing like this song probably had like a 2 month span where everyone was either sober enough or in the right mind enough to record the song, and it's a miracle it even came out the way it did. I give the song a 10 out of 10. Just anyone who hasn't heard this, I mean, everyone's had to hear the song by now, right? Like, if you haven't heard the song, go listen to Wonderwall. It's incredible. It's one of the first songs anyone learns how to play on guitar.
And they always play it wrong.
They always play it wrong. Yeah, that's true.
Can I go next real quick?
Yes. So 10 out of 10, Wonderwall.
All right, so
listen to it.
One of the best love songs ever written. Gets hate because of how popular it is, but it's a perfect song. 10 out of 10. This is the song where everyone that knows how to play guitar kind of knows how to play Wonderwall, but they don't actually learn Wonderwall. They learn the intro, and then they just think the intro is the whole song, and it drives me fucking nuts. I've been at house parties where I've literally grabbed. I said no. I stopped people playing it, and give me the, and I've like played it for them, and I just crushed it because you got to do the C to the D to the E minor, and you got to lift on the D2 or whatever. I don't know music like that.
But real quick, Scoopski, before you give your review, I want to say my favorite part because I feel like you're going to say it first because you've been saying all the best parts of all these songs. The bridge going into the chorus, the little lead guitar line there is probably like one of my favorite guitar lines ever.
Oh, the
Love that. Love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just so for this, I got like the notable things about. I mean, obviously, it's like one of the standards of our lifetime. It's like one of those songs that's and I think in 100 years, people are gonna be looking back at this song and saying like this was a defining song. The vocal delivery is like in your face. Like it starts and like Liam, I feel like Liam's so much louder than the guitar when it starts out, and I feel like that kind of sets the stage for everything. And he somehow manages to sound like brash but also sweet at the same time in the song, which I love that. I also made a note about the drums, like you were saying. I wrote the drum work is almost impossible to completely recreate, and I have tried. So it's like it's there's so many little intricacies of when the way he plays it, and it's just like perfect the way he plays it. I gave this one a 9.5 out of 10 actually, and probably the 0.5 is just because I took off because I probably heard it so many times. It's probably just a bias I can't get past, but it's a classic, obviously all time classic.
All right.
No, is this? Are we going right into another classic? Don't
Yeah.
look back in anger.
I don't know. I really
Number
don't.
4.
I can't think of 2 songs back to back that are this good on an album ever.
Especially ballads.
Even like my favorite album ever, which is Octung Baby, they space out their tens a little bit more. Like this one, and there's more tens on this album for me than Wonderwall and Don't Look Back in Anger, which is a sneak peek. But real quick, if a song could get higher than a 10, this would be it. Me and Matthew sang this after we did it acoustically around a bunch of people after we did our first recording ever at a real studio. And it's always going to hold a special place in my heart. Don't Look Back in Anger, 10 out of 10. Scoopski, you're next.
Beautiful. I like that story. So for this, I have down. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. This is probably one of my favorite ballads of all time. Like definitely. It's almost got this unquantifiable, like heavenly quality to it to me. Like it's like the way Noel sings it, the way everything lifts. It's just so amazing. The guitar fills in the second verse while he sings the line about "Please don't put your life in the hands of a rock and roll band" and that high guitar squeal. Love that. Yeah, love it. The chords they use during "Take That Look from Off Your Face" in the pre-chorus. It's like a secret chord that's
it's like that G that moves up. It's
just
sick.
Sounds so good. Noel sings that line a different way the second time around, and that's I get chills from that usually.
I'm so happy.
The ending I usually get chills from, like the way he sings "It's Not Too Late." I think that's the last line, or at least not today. All right, I think that's it. But the way it ends, everything it's a 10 out of 10 classic, all time classic.
Fuck yeah.
1 out of 10 shit song. No. John, I challenge your point. I challenge your Wonderwall "Don't Look Back in Anger" with the "Come Together" into Something back to back opening Abbey Road.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I had to in my head. I was thinking this whole time. I was like, is there like a comparable boom and then boom?
Well, wait a minute. Streets Have No Name. Still haven't found one I'm looking for, with or without you.
That's a good 3.
Wow.
So,
right.
Don't Look Back in Anger. Obviously, timeless song. I don't know if I could really add much more to it. I think you guys covered it very thoroughly. I will say that Liam originally was supposed to sing this song. And it was just like, Noel sounds better singing it. That's why they did it. I think there's some story behind that. Also, funnily enough, this song I think is the first song it's one of the first songs that Noel played, I think, for one of the producers, and he's like, "Oh, I have the whole album written," and he didn't have the whole album written, and he played it in the tour bus, and then he had to write the rest of finish the rest of the songs.
Oh man.
He also mixed this whole album which is why it sounds so great too. Like he was in the control room and they kind of had their sound dialed in more because they had to record definitely maybe 3 times. So you can really hear the fruits of all that hard work for years and years paying off because um, this song is just majestic. It feels like magic when you listen to it. It takes you back to, I don't know, like it just has its own, it's such a unique sounding song. And the music video is really fucking cool too. I want to give a shout out to the music video. Obviously 10 out of 10. And I have great memories with it too, like John was saying. Fun song to sing too. Really fun song to sing. Number
Yeah.
five. Number five. Is number five the fuck's number five? Hold on.
Hey now.
I gotta pull my notes back up.
It's Hey Now.
Hey now.
Scoopski, go first, please.
Uh, I don't know how you guys are gonna feel. This is probably my least favorite song in the album. I don't hate it. It's fine. Like it's I gave it a 7 out of 10. I guess just coming off those two songs, it's just kind of a song that's there. Like it's good. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Like I love the way that the drums and the guitar feed off each other, like in the intro and the chorus, like dun, 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 like that build on the drums. I like the tambourine that comes in towards the end. It kind of like keeps the tempo moving. The melodies are great. There's nothing bad about the song. I guess it's just to me compared to some of the other tracks, like I think I would have swapped out like Acquiesce, the B side for this one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that's just me. That's just me. But good song. I hope I didn't like bring the mood down too much. But that's probably the most negative I'm going to be about this album. It's just you know
I
yeah.
100% agree.
What was your rating? Did you give it a rating?
Did I say 7 or 7.5?
You said 7.
7. I'll go with the 7.
I'm feeling a strong 7 on this one too.
Okay.
This is one of those songs that if you listen, if someone's listening with the benefit of hindsight and history, you go, oh wow, this is the first song off Be Here Now. If this song was left off, it wouldn't have made a difference. But there's only 10 real songs on the album, so I guess they kind of felt like they had to do it because 2 of the tracks are like snippets of the Swamp Song. Yeah, this song's a good song, obviously, and a fun live one, but total throwaway compared to any of the B-sides that they released at all. Like Head Shrinker's a better song than this to me.
Yeah.
So like they could have put on a lot of different ones in this, but with that being said, Hey Now's kind of a cute song. I give it a 7 out of 10. I know all the words to the song, but that's not saying much for me with Oasis. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
No, real quick, because we're not going to talk about it. I actually stole someone's door listening to Head Shrinker on my iPod or whatever.
Oh, a door?
I was like a teenager. Yeah,
Oh,
the door was leaning on. I guess they were putting a new door in, and there's no one like watching it. And I just took me and my friends just took it. We just walked.
man.
It was
Good memory.
I've paid. Karma has paid me back already for it, so I don't feel bad. Hey Now. After 2 of the best songs of all time, you need a breather, and Hey Now is a perfect bridge back down to earth. On its own, it's a decent tune about letting things go and moving on. It goes on a bit too long for me, but it's still high quality, and it has a great outro, 8 out of 10.
That's solid. I can accept that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It does bring things back to life. Yeah.
Swamp Song 1.
Swamp Song
Yeah.
excerpt 1. Now, all right, little quick note about the Swamp Song. If anyone goes and listens to like Deep Dives Oasis, you'll find on the deluxe version and I think on the master plan, the full Swamp Song's on there.
Banger.
I fucking love the full Swamp Song. I listen to that 6-minute shit all the time. Really cool song, pumps me up. Some might say, I'm gonna go first with this. This song always makes me feel better. And I almost always listen to it when I'm sad and I need to pick me up. It's just one of those songs. John, you know what the song is? This is like a Dr. Dog song. If Scott McMicken wrote it for them lyrically.
Yeah.
Because the lyrics totally remind me of everything like Dr. Dog would do. some might say that sunshine follows thunder. It's just always like the lyrics in the chorus don't make any sense. This song's just magic. It reminds me of when me and you used to play Rock Band with Mommy.
Yeah. Was it Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
It was Rock Band, I think.
Okay.
I think it was
Because
Rock Band.
I used to play it on the drums, and that's
how you learned how to
partially
drum.
responsible. That yeah. So I
You learned
give
how to drum on the Rock Band drum kit.
Really, so I started out playing drums, and then I tried to play Rock Band drums, and I was horrible at it. So it screwed me up.
I used to practice the intro to Sunday Bloody Sunday for like 2 years straight.
Okay.
The snare and the kick, and I guess that's how I learned how to kind of do that part.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I put all the other stuff together. But so my rating for some might say is a 9 out of 10. One of my favorite Oasis songs. I love this song. When he says, some might say we will find a brighter day, like when it goes into that part, I just melt.
Yep.
I don't know who wants to go next. Whoever.
Scoopski, please.
I'll go. Yeah. So I actually, again, we gave the song the same rating, 9 out of 10. I have great harmonies from Noel when he sings the second part of each verse line with Liam. I think every part of this song is equally as strong. Like the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus are all they're all just as strong. Right before the chorus, I think it's Noel that does it. I love that little lead in. The vocal trade-offs at the end that Liam and Noel do, the some might says, and then the you know what some might say, just great feeling track all around. Not strong 9 out of 10 too for me.
So
John, that's like Batman. That's where I got that part from Batman. And fun fact, Tony McCarroll, their first original drummer, this is the last song he recorded with them.
Tony Mack. So I did have it right. I said Rock Band with family, exclamation point. Brilliant lyrics in the verse, huge chorus, maybe my favorite guitar work on the album collectively, which is I'm probably wrong because after I wrote it in pen, so I couldn't change it. But after I wrote that, I was like, oh well, Don't Look Back in Anger has maybe the best guitar solo in the past 30 years. And then I was like, oh, maybe Champagne Supernova has the best guitar solo in the past 30 years. So it was, but whatever. Love the outro. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Respect. I respect that.
Yeah.
Might be sentimental, but
so moving on. I feel super passionate about the song. Cast No Shadow. My favorite song to sing on this album. I give this song a 9 out of 10. I'll just keep it quick. The main road version is awesome with the full orchestra. Noel's use of strings on this song. It definitely, if I'm in the right kind of mindset, I'll definitely get tear up a little bit. So I get the song a 9 out of 10. Some days a 9.5 out of 10.
I'll go.
John, you go.
The feel of this song with the strings is so solemn and gloomy. Did I use solemn right? Lyrics match, next level lyrics and performance. I don't listen to this song often, but when I do, I'm constantly reminded of how genius it is. It does repeat itself quite a bit, though. 8.8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote beautiful track. Love the harmonies. I feel like I've said that on every song. But I know that the drum work in this actually reminds me of Wonderwall a bit. It's got some of the same feel to it. And this one's also got strings all over it. It almost sounds like Wonderwall and this were recorded in the same session, possibly with the strings and all. I gave this one a 8.5 out of 10, only because like you said, John, for some reason I don't listen to this one as much. I don't know why, but when I do sit down and listen to it, I do love it. It's a wonderful song. So
you got to be in the right mood for this song.
I think you do. I think you're right about that. Yeah.
Okay, now an all-time classic, an all-time cult. I call this song. This is the cult classic of the album. She's Electric. All right, Scoopski, you start off for this one.
I'd be glad to start off with this one because I feel like this is probably my surprise 10 on the album. I've
I
seen
love
on
it.
like I've seen on forums that like sometimes people say this is their least favorite on the album. But this has always been one of my favorites. It's got it's got like a bouncy yet subdued vibe to it. It's cool to hear Liam hit a falsetto in like the pre-chorus, the want you to know. I actually love the lyrics in this one, like the second verse, the whole like she's got one in the oven, and but it's nothing to do with me. I thought that I love that. Can I Be Electric too? The ending, where it changes the chords up a bit. Just love everything about it. 10 out of 10. Just feels so good to listen to.
John, what do you think? I love that being a 10. I'm so happy about that.
Maybe a hot take.
If Mr. Blue Sky did coke and got kicked out of the cloud.
That's a great line.
Love it, love it, love it. Huge 9.7 out of 10.
This is the greatest television show opener of all time. You couldn't write it better. I feel like Shameless, like the guy who created Shameless heard the song and was like, "Oh my god, I have to create a whole show around this whole song." Some of those like funnest, just like off the wall lyrics. I give the song a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love the chords, harmonies, and melodies.
Awesome. All right, next up.
Wait a minute. 10. Do I hear someone talking? Is there like a someone's trying to get in?
My cat just walked in. Oh, come on, cat. My cat just walked in. Sorry about that.
No, all cats are welcome.
We all have cats.
All right,
John.
We're at the 7-minute mark.
John, all right, here we go. Morning Glory, John. Take us through it.
Coolest song on the record. Reminds me of being 18 and drinking Four Locos and having hotel/house parties. Maybe my favorite Liam vocal on the album. Thought about a 9.8 for this, but it's a fucking 10.
I feel the same way. I mean, I've never done coke, but it has to be discovering the song for the first time at 14 and just thinking like, oh my god, anything in life really is possible. I can't believe the first time I heard the song, I was like, I can't believe this even exists. Like, I was so stunned by it. My teenage brain just could not comprehend. And just because it gave me that feeling, I also have to give it a 10. Like, this song just absolutely floored me.
Kicked your ass.
Absolutely floored me. It sounds like a spaceship taking off. I mean, this song is just next level. What's the story more? I guess the album's named after it, so.
Yeah.
Give us the scoops.
Yeah, so I wrote favorite rocker song on the album. Another one of those like secret chords during the you should to I guess you might as well, like one of those chords that just hits the mood. Multiple great solos from Noel. Love the Beatles shout out, the Tomorrow Never Knows. Incredible tune overall. Just 9.5 out of 10 for me. Love it.
All right, so we have Swamp Song Excerpt 2, which is actually a lead-in to Champagne Supernova.
Scoopski, you're our guest of honor, so please, the last song on the album, please go first to tell us what you think about it.
All right, Champagne Supernova. This is the one that started my Oasis story. I remember being in, I want to say like kindergarten to first grade, hearing this song on the radio, telling my parents, turn it up. I want to hear the Cannonball song. I used to call it the Cannonball song. And then years later, I remember like I was on Google trying to figure out what that song was. It was one of those things, I forgot it. And, trying to find it, I eventually stumbled across Oasis, and listened to the whole album. So this song started it all for me. One of my favorite melodies of all time. The chord progression's beautiful. This is like, it feels like the end credits song. It's just like perfectly encapsulates everything. It's a song I would like consider having played at my funeral one day, possibly. It's that beautiful. Easy 10 out of 10. And like 8 minutes never went by so quick than, you know, when you're listening to the song, I feel like. So, yep.
Champagne Supernova, 10 out of 10. I mean, you don't have to. There's no beating around the bush about this song. It's another one that like I heard like the little, I guess it's like a little like hand flute that he plays on there, whatever creates that like little organ sound, and just some of the background sounds.
Yeah.
The influence from Crystal Blue Persuasion has to be noted because all the harmonics and background sounds are totally stolen from that song. But with that being said, that doesn't take away from the absolute genius that is this song. One of the greatest just coming of age songs ever. And one of the coolest names, one of the coolest song titles ever. Champagne Supernova is a 10 out of 10 name on its own.
Yeah.
So I say that 10 out of 10. And John, what do you think?
This song turned Noel Gallagher into a guitar god. As trippy as Oasis gets, Noel Gallagher claims he doesn't know exactly what he meant when he wrote it, but it doesn't matter. It's absolutely perfect. There's a perfect performance from everyone involved. The best solo he's ever done, and one of the best songs ever. Sorry, perfect song. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Totally agree.
Now we go for our album ratings. Okay. What's the Story Morning Glory in totality? I give the whole album a solid 10 out of 10. It's an easy album to listen to from start to finish. If the worst song on the album is Hey Now, you have a great problem. Production, performances, recording, everything you could have on an album to me was totally nailed. Even the album art makes you actually look at it and go, "What's this picture mean?"
It's iconic, yeah.
10 out of 10. John, how about you?
Overall, because like I said, I do my averages. It got a 9.5 out of 10. It's an absolute masterpiece. The best second album ever. Changed my whole life. Cemented my career choice. Brought me and my family closer together. I'll forever be grateful and indebted to Liam and Noel.
Scoopsy,
Beautiful.
why don't you finish this off?
Beautiful. Yeah, I got to go with a 10 for this. Even though like the numbers don't average out to it, it's one of those albums that's just always going to be a mainstay in my life, and it's really meant a lot to me. And just so many great moments in it. It's really like, it doesn't really come through in my music all the time, I feel like, but it's really like informed a lot of the ways I like look at music. Probably is the best second album of all time. The album art's iconic. Everything about it. It's the whole package. 10 out of 10.
We did it too. We got less
than time. Yes.
Thank you so much, Scoopski.
100%.
Thank you guys.
Everyone listen to Seasonal by Scoopski. It is
and Drinkin In Work.
Why do you not? It's my favorite chord progression you've ever done so far.
Oh, thank you.
I agree. And my favorite production on any of your songs too.
Thank you. I'm working on the production. My wife wrote the chord progression, Mrs. Scoop. So I'll tell her you said that. She'll be happy to hear that. So thank you guys.
Listen to Drinkin In Work. Please listen.
Great song.
You'll definitely hear our Oasis influence if you listen to the guitars on Drinkin In Work.
I agree. I agree 100%. I can hear it. Yeah.
I got the wall of sound thing down on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you, Scoopsy, so much.
We just keep talking until it cuts us off automatically. So what album are we going to talk about next?